All right, volunteers, it's winter in Wisconsin, so in this month's training video, we're going to talk about doing heart session in the heated indoor arena. So there's two locations where we can do hearts. One is here in the arena with the horse tied to the wall. The other one is in the mounting area, which we'll show you next. So there's a few things to keep in mind when you're doing your heart session in the arena. We've got these clips here where your horse can be tied right to the wall. Now this is a special safety knot, so you might want to ask your instructor to tie the horse for you, or you can check out the training video that I'll include below. In the description box, you can click on that and learn how to do your own safety knot. But it is important that if a horse is tied here, we always use a safety knot. Now, if you're going to do hearts out here, you do want to make sure that your student is able to walk. We can't use wheelchairs in the arena. And you also want to make sure that it's a student who is pretty independent and who can maneuver around the horse pretty easily, okay? Another thing you want to keep in mind is with your grooming tote, you want to place it in an area that's not too close to the horse, okay? So make sure you just place it a few feet away, especially if you're quizzing your student on the names of the brushes or anything like that. You don't want them to be right by the horse trying to lean down and grab a brush out of their tote, okay? Now you might ask, well, how do we have the student go around the horse? You know, in the barn, we always teach to go around the front of the horse. You can absolutely go behind the horse. Just make sure you're teaching your student how to do that. So if you remember from your volunteer training, we just asked that you put a hand, you know, on your horse. And you can see how Holly's already turning around to see me as I move around to the other side. So just teach your student that so that they know how to navigate from one side to the other, okay? All right, so this is the second location that you can do your heart session right here in the mounting area. So this is great for any student really, but especially if they're in a wheelchair. You know, they can maneuver around the horse as they do their grooming and their saddling. So just a few reminders here is your positioning of the horse. Well, actually, reminder number one would be that you would need a horse handler. So I have Tiffany out here holding the horse. We don't want volunteers holding the horse and trying to help their student with grooming and saddling. So just make sure you have a second person or let your instructor know so that we can get you a second person, okay? The other thing is positioning of your horse. You want to make sure that you are positioning them, you know, in between the block and the ramp. You don't want the horse's back feet to be stepping on the bottom of the ramp or getting too close to the block. You can also see that I pushed our offside mounting cones a little bit closer to the block, so there's just a little bit of a clearer space for us. As far as your grooming totes, you know, you can put them on the ground. If you're close to the block like I am, I just put it right here, and then I can go back and forth to get my students' brushes as we're grooming. And then again, if you need to teach your student how to go around behind the horse, that's okay. Again, just teach them to use their voice, put their hand on as they're going around. You should have room out here to go around the front of the horse, but again, just teach your student. And that's my last reminder for you guys today. So just remember that you're always teaching the student. You're not doing the work for them. Obviously, we have students that need a little bit of help getting the saddle on. They might need a little bit of help grooming, especially, you know, when the horses are coming in with mud on them. But just remember that you're the teacher and you are teaching the students how to be independent as they're grooming and saddling their horse, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions about your heart sessions.